about people. And the fact that people say, wow. You see, when you look at NBC and CBS, you're looking at a very beautiful woman. She get one scratch on her face and the whole world sees it. Well, you putting a scratch on her face. For the first time, I have an alternative. For the first time, I can hear something, and I can see something, and I can feel something. That makes a difference.
Dick, I want to thank you, and our radio station, WRYR, wants to thank you. We truly believe that we are community radio. We reflect that diversity. And we really want to, I'm taking home today, probably the most important thing I'm taking home today is your statement there that it's really not education, it's information.
Thank you, brother. Peace to you. Thank you.
Hi, Dick. Can I ask you a couple
Yes,
of questions? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
And how are you doing?
Fantastic.
I know you've had some personal battles.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You doing good?
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel now? And I'm asking that in terms of the world is looking at the United States for a bunch of years now, asking what the hell's going on here in this country. And is this a sign that anything's changing through the outpouring of opposition to this war here in Israel?
The world have always looked at us like that because we stupid enough to believe we live in a free democratic society with a free press. You know, in the New York Times and the Washington Post, they know thugs and hoodlums, and all of them got CIA and FBI agents. So when I'm sitting here reading something, and I don't know if this is the CIA, the FBI, that's writing this column, and so you know, so I'm duped again. And so yes, when you look at this rally like this, but we have to take it to the other nth degree. I flew in today from St. Louis. I'm willing to die for the peace movement. But the tax I paid on my ticket, they're going to buy bombs and drop it on women and children. So can I be honest enough when they fall on mine to understand what go around, come around? And so when you stop and think about what we need to do is disturb the peace. For everybody at this rally today, there was 100 people that would like to have been here, but they couldn't. Either sick, didn't have no money, didn't feel right, scared. But if you give them something they could do, if you take rallies like this with all of those other folks and say, okay, we're going to call for a boycott of Thanksgiving and Christmas until they come home from Iraq, it's over. Because now you got Toys R Us, you got Sears and Roebuck, about 79% to 82% of all retail in this country happens during the Christmas holiday. They're not about to let something happen over there that's going to affect their peace. But we take it up to a certain extent, and then we stop. And people are dying. We're not dying here. We weren't afraid to come here. But when we take it to that other part where we can disturb our luxuries, then everything changes.
A lot of times the left is accused of just preaching to the converted, not reaching out to the people who really need to hear the message. And you've been about trying to reach out for many years of activism. But what do you think the peace movement has to do now in terms of really reaching out to people who don't have the message that this war is not only dangerous for this country, but dangerous for the world?
Well, first, different people say it different. I grew up in the black community where they say it's like preaching to the choir. Well, preaching to the choir is very important to understand what that means. It means in St. Louis, where I was born and raised, some Sundays there'd be blizzards and people got to church late. The preacher always started preaching at a certain time, and he had to be finished at a certain time. But he knew people was coming late. The only people that never came late was the choir. That's where that word came from, preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir while I'm waiting on the congregation to show up. But that's what we're doing now. We're preaching to the converted. But the converted need a little relaxation. The converted need someone to talk to them. The converted need a little rest and recreation. The converted need to come out here and hear groups like this here and sit down and relax and enjoy themselves and then get re-energized. But we have the, you know, a democracy is a system where the least of us the poorest of us, the most uneducated of us, decides in their faith and destiny. A republic is a system where a handful of elite rich men decide what is good for everybody. I pledge allegiance to the flag, to the United States of America, and to the republic for which you stand. They ain't never lied about this being a republic. So if I can lie to you and make you think I'm a woman and you stupid enough to believe it, see if I can have a baby. And that's what's wrong with America. They got everybody believing this is a democracy, this is a republic. And what we need to do is bring this country to its knees, not with a gun or anger, but that one thing that they love is that dollar. And that's how South Africa got liberated. South Africa did not get liberated out of the goodness of decent people. When we put the pressure down around the country, around the world, and talked about divesting corporate money from the churches, money from the unions, things change. That's what we have to do now, and we got to do it quickly because the amount of people that's been killed and injured, and the bitterness and the meanness that this creates, I mean, it's urgent.
After all your activism in all these years, are you an optimist that fundamental change can take place here in the United States?
If we're willing to work for it. I mean, if I got a brain tumor and you're the greatest brain surgeon in the world, you can't help me till I'm willing to bring you my head. You know, and when we are willing to reach out this window and snatch America's head and say we're going to operate on you because operating on you is like operating on us, then it changes. We have the power to change it. Yes.
Appreciate all you've done.
Thank you, brother.
What do you think it'll take for that change to happen? That mentality of just the normal, everyday American wanting that?
I think first we got to examine America. America is 1/5 of the world's population, and we consume 94% of the world's hard drugs. That's not counting alcohol and nicotine. I mean, what do it take to wake up a crazy person? Huh? What do it take to wake up a crazy nation? Every 4 seconds, you and I be sitting here, a woman in America has been beat up by her boyfriend or husband. Not by strangers. There's something wrong with that. And so when we understand America is not this little cute, wealthy, freedom-loving nation, we are the most ungodly, unspiritual, unethical nation that's ever existed in the history of the planet. And I just say one thing, you know, I don't believe we're beyond the point of no return, but I believe if all of us are not willing to work to change this around, and I say have fun quick, because recess is just about over. When 9 months pregnancy is over, the universe don't ask, are you married? The universe don't ask how much money. The universe asks how you're. You see, revolution is nothing but an extension of evolution. Evolution is a gradual, naturalistic change that leads into revolution, which is quick change. When a woman gets pregnant, the first 9 months is evolution. And that babies do, that's revolution. And God's gonna drop that baby from being deaf to the mother and the child. That's where America is today.